वेलकम बैक टू आवर न्यू एपिसोड ऑफ पॉडकास्ट सीरीज। आज हमारे साथ है अश्विनी। ही इज़ अ डेटा साइंटिस्ट एट उबर। सो हाय अश्विनी।
Hi Tanay, how are you?
फाइन अश्विनी। सो हम इस एपिसोड की जो शुरुआत है आपके इंट्रोडक्शन से करेंगे।
Okay, so my name is Ashwini Kumar, and currently I'm working as an analyst at Uber. And before this, I was working as a decision scientist in Mu Sigma. So this is pretty much about my corporate experience. Before that, I have grabbed two internships at Infosys and Coherent Technologies, where I was working as an AI intern. So that's all from my side.
ओके, दैट्स नाइस अश्विनी। सो अब हम स्टार्टिंग फ्रॉम द स्टार्ट करेंगे। एज यू हैव डन अ बीटेक डिग्री, सो हैव यू प्रिपेयर्ड फॉर जेडब्ल्यू?
Yeah, I prepared for it. I didn't get that much score to get into a good college. So then I thought without wasting, let's get one degree and rather than putting your efforts into wasting and wasting your time for 1 or 2 years, let's just work and get into some good company. So this was my thought.
ओके, एंड
Yeah.
यू आर फ्रॉम द 2020 टू 2024 बैच, राइट?
Yeah, at 2025 batch.
ओके, 21 टू 25।
Yeah.
तो आई थिंक उस टाइम कोरोना भी चल रहा था। तो हाउ यू गेट इनटू चंडीगढ़ यूनिवर्सिटी पर्टिकुलरली?
So basically, my 12th standard ended in 2021, and thereafter, I was thinking of appearing for JEE. I gave the exams, I couldn't get that much score to get into good college. So then I thought, let's take admission into some private university. So then I got into Chandigarh University, and at that time, it was completely online for first year. For first semester and second semester, it was completely online, and thereafter we shifted to offline mode, physical mode.
सो डू यू हैव एनी काइंड ऑफ रेफरेंस फ्रॉम द चंडीगढ़ यूनिवर्सिटी, काइंड ऑफ सीनियर और एनीवन हु इज वर्किंग और हैड बीन a student
Yeah,
in
yeah,
that?
there are so many people with whom I have connections with. Some of my friends are working in good companies like Volkswagen, Amazon, Microsoft. So they're already at a good package as well. So I have good reference of them as well.
ओके, तो अब
Yeah.
हम जनरली ऐसा होता है कि व्हेन द स्टूडेंट गेट फ्रॉम द 12th टू देयर फर्स्ट ईयर ऑफ द कॉलेज, ही वाज नॉट गेट इनटू अ लॉट ऑफ स्टडीज, एंड पर्टिकुलरली आपके साथ ऐसा भी था। कोरोना के वक्त इट वाज इट कंप्लीटली ऑनलाइन। तो एट दैट पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम, मैं पर्टिकुलरली फर्स्ट ईयर की बात करूँ, तो आर यू काइंड ऑफ अ स्टूडियस पर्सन और व्हाट काइंड ऑफ पर्सन एट दैट टाइम यू वर? आई आस्क यू दैट जनरली ऐसा होता है कि जब स्टूडेंट स्कूल से कॉलेज जाता है, एट द टाइम ऑफ फर्स्ट ईयर वो इतना सीरियस नहीं होता है टूवर्ड्स देयर स्टडीज। बट आपके टाइम पे कोरोना भी था, तो व्हाट इज योर टेक ऑन दैट?
Even I was not serious. In my first and second year of college, we were just exploring. Even we didn't had an idea like in which domain we should go or what should we do. There was no proper guidance given. I mean, we had an understanding that since we are taking computer science, as an degree, we will be working into somewhere in software field or something like that. But then we didn't had a clear idea in what exactly we are supposed to do. So, but then eventually, we got some good mentors as well in second year. So they made a clear path like if you have to go in this domain, this is what you have to study, this is how you're supposed to go, like. So then the teachers over there in the college, they helped a lot. So that was all about it.
ओके, और ऐसा बहुत देखा गया है पर्टिकुलरली प्राइवेट यूनिवर्सिटीज़ में कि जब एक स्टूडेंट किसी भी प्राइवेट यूनिवर्सिटी में जाता है, तो ही हैज़ बहुत सारे उसके दिमाग में चीज़ें होती है कि आई विल डू दिस काइंड ऑफ थिंग, आई विल डू दैट दैट काइंड ऑफ थिंग। तो चंडीगढ़ यूनिवर्सिटी किस टाइप की यूनिवर्सिटी, मतलब इन प्लेसमेंट वाइज भी पूछ रहा हूँ, ऑल ओवर काइंड ऑफ थिंग्स?
If I talk about placement, it is, I can say, average to high placements are given to students depending upon the skills which the student has, right? If I can say, there are a lot of students who are placed into MNCs, and there is a big number, I can't tell you that, who has been into TCS, Accenture, okay, Wipro. But then there are some set of students who as well who has been placed into good companies like Microsoft, Amazon, and there are like one of my friend is placed in a Volkswagen as well. So these are all the campus placements. So in terms of placements, it is completely good. In terms of training, they are very much into students, like you have to do this, you have to do that. They have proper soft skill sessions, they have technical training sessions. So all of this is completely fine. But in first and second year, that much kind of focus is not given, especially in terms of placements. They are focused on everything, like they'll be teaching you each and everything so that a student can get to know about in which field he is interested or not. So it is all of that. And rest apart, if I talk about teachers, they are really very helpful. This is it.
Okay. As right now you are has a domain of डेटा साइंटिस्ट, और ये भी देखा गया है कि जनरली जब स्टूडेंट फर्स्ट और सेकंड ईयर में होता है, मोस्ट ऑफ द केसेस कि उन्हें फ्रंट एंड पढ़ाया जाता है, फिर बैक एंड पढ़ाया जाता है, फिर लेटर ऑन उन्हें ये पूछा जाता है या वो खुद एनालाइज करते हैं कि हमें किस फील्ड में जाना चाहिए। तो व्हाट आपने किस चीज़ से स्टार्ट किया था?
फर्स्ट मैंने डीएसए से शुरू किया था बिकॉज इट इज़ वेरी कॉमन दैट एवरीवन हैज़ टू गेट इनटू गुड product based companies, right? But then the thing is, I started with DSA, then your exams, because of exams, then I left it again 10 days, and coming back to basics is very difficult, you know. So then I moved to development. I did for 3 4 months. I had good knowledge about that. Thereafter, in my third year only, that is my seventh semester, sorry, in my fourth year, seventh semester, I got placement in Musigma. So at that point of time, I had a very clear idea in my mind that I am going into decision analytics. So here you will have to have good knowledge about SQL, Python, Tableau, any visualization tool you should have. So then I started, you know, moving into databases, learning these new languages, even Python, right? So here my interest, you know, started growing in this field. So I started moving here. And thereafter getting this offer also, I had one more offer from, it was a kind of internship from Infosys only, where I was working as an AI intern. So there I got to learn about how AI models work, how should we train them, what should be the accuracy, precision, F1 score. So there was so many things which I learned in that internship as well. So that gave me an idea like about how analytics and you know, this AI, when they intersect, what kind of this becomes a kind of a boom for the companies. So this was the knowledge which I gained there in the internship.
ओके। नो और व्हेन द स्टूडेंट फ्रॉम लास्ट ईयर टू देयर इंटर्नशिप और देयर फर्स्ट जॉब, इनिशियली जब कॉलेज में हम होते हैं तो हम प्रोजेक्ट्स बनाते हैं, बट जो प्रोजेक्ट्स होते हैं वो बहुत ज़्यादा कॉर्पोरेट रिलेटेड नहीं होते हैं, बट काइंड ऑफ बेसिक्स रहते हैं, क्योंकि वी हैव सर्टेन काइंड ऑफ थिंग्स राइट नाउ। तो जब हम कॉलेज के प्रोजेक्ट्स से एक कंपनी के प्रोजेक्ट पे शिफ्ट होते हैं, तो क्या-क्या चीज़ें आपको डिफरेंस का सामना करना पड़ा?
Difference, I would say that project which we do in the college is completely different from what the corporate expects from us, right? अब यहाँ पे क्या होता है कि इन कॉर्पोरेट बहुत सारी टीम्स होती है, टीम्स के अंदर कैसे मैनेज करना है, स्टेक होल्डर मैनेजमेंट होता है, कौन क्या काम करेगा, दिस इज। बट प्रोजेक्ट में सिंस वी वट एवर वी डू इन द कॉलेज, दैट इज योर इंडिविजुअल कॉन्ट्रीब्यूशन, राइट? तो आपको तब उतना नहीं पता चलता है, बट कॉर्पोरेट में आपको ये सारी चीज़ें लेके चलनी पड़ती है कि हाउ थिंग्स वर्क आउट, हाउ वी हैव टू मेक दिस थिंग कि ये सक्सेसफुल हो जाए. सो दीज आर थिंग्स विच आर सपोज टू बी kept in mind when we are working in any project in any corporate.
ओके। एंड एट दैट व्हेन यू वर इन कॉलेज, यू आर आल्सो द क्लास रिप्रेजेंटेटिव। तो उसके वजह से
Yes.
बहुत ज़्यादा आपको बेनिफिट मिलता है, बिकॉज़ आई एम आल्सो द क्लास रिप्रेजेंटेटिव। यू जस्ट कनेक्टेड टू द टीचर्स एंड ऑल काइंड ऑफ थिंग्स। सो व्हाट आर द बेनिफिट दैट यू गेट फ्रॉम बीइंग एन सीआर ऑफ योर क्लास?
Benefits, first benefit is you I mean you get that exposure to handle the class. So when you move into corporate, no, when you become team lead, you have that understanding that how we are supposed to deal with people, right? So this is the first thing. Second is your communication. So when you communicate, you get to know about how people work, how what kind of understanding people have, how do they understand, how the things are supposed to work out. So these are all the things, benefits which I get. Also apart from that, you know, teachers will help you if you need some kind of guidance. Definitely they're there to help you out as compared to rest of the students. And And also I can say that they will be helping in the projects. Even if you do not have good knowledge, they would have done, they have doctorate degree, so they would have good understanding on what kind of things we are supposed to work on. So this helped me a lot.
ओके एंड स्पेशली हम डेटा एनालिस्ट, डेटा इंजीनियर या डेटा साइंटिस्ट की बात करें, दे ऑल जो है एक दूसरे से ओवरलैप करते हैं इन सर्टन वेज। तो अकॉर्डिंग टू यू, एज यू हैव एक्सप्लोर्ड तीनों डोमेन को एंड यू हैव वर्क ऑन दैट एज वेल, तो क्या चीज़ें अकॉर्डिंग टू यू बेसिक टू एडवांस हमें जाना है तो क्या क्या चीज़ें एटलीस्ट बेयर मिनिमम होनी चाहिए टू गेट अ गुड जॉब इन दिस डोमेन?
So the fundamental is you should have good understanding on SQL, because without SQL you cannot enter this field of data, right? So even if it is data engineering role or data scientist role, SQL is must for everyone who want to get into this field. Once you're done with Excel, once you're done with SQL, you can move on to Python for, if you have large databases, then definitely Python would work out there. So this is all about data analyst role, right? Where you'll be finding insights or kind of reporting using Excel. So this is what is done in analyst role. When we come into engineering, data engineering, so this basically here we are trying to create pipelines where the data is going to flow, the kind of infrastructure which we are trying to build for the data. And when we come to data scientist role, there we should have a good knowledge of machine learning, right? Predictive analysis, root cause analysis. So these are some basic things which are required for a business to smoothly move and grow, right? So for this, in combination, if I say that if we are going, or if we are targeting these kind of data roles, we should have, good understanding about SQL and how data works in real environment.
ओके
Yeah.
एंड अगर हम पर्टिकुलरली डेटा से रिलेटेड बात करें तो डू यू थिंक दैट मैथमेटिक्स कितना परसेंट उसमें यूज होता है?
Mathematics is 100%, I could say, because when I talk about decision, right,
या
decision analytics is one of the field, right? So in this, statistics is one of the important aspect. And when we talk about statistics, every decision which is taken in analytics field is the result of statistics which we study. Take an example of A/B testing, bias, variance in machine learning, predictive analysis. Everything comes from statistics, so it's ultimately related to somewhat mathematics. So that is why it is also important that you should have good knowledge in this as well.
ओके सो अगर हम पर्टिकुलरली योर लास्ट ईयर की बात करें तो what are the challenges you faced at the time of placement? क्योंकि I have seen a lot because I am also in the last year कि लास्ट ईयर में बहुत सारी चीज़ें होती है। आपकी एग्ज़ाम्स भी होती हैं, प्लेसमेंट की टेंशन अलग होती है, प्रोजेक्ट्स भी बनाने होते हैं और इन सब को लेके जब आप साथ में चलते हो, तो बहुत ज़्यादा कन्फ्यूज़न होता है, डर भी लगता है एंड एवरीथिंग गोज़ अराउंड बिकॉज़ आई थिंक आप भी उस चीज़ से गुज़र चुके, तो हाउ यू मैनेज दैट?
The thing is, जो भी कंपनी आती थी ना हमारे कॉलेज में, आई वाज दैट वन स्टूडेंट हु यूज्ड टू फिल ईच एंड वेदर इट इज सेल्स, मार्केटिंग, सम काइंड ऑफ रिसर्च एंड डेवलपमेंट और सॉफ्टवेयर रोल और एनालिस्ट रोल. I used to fill each and every form, no matter what. And because of that, I have got so many opportunities to get interviewed with so many, people who are leading those companies. So when you get interviewed with someone, no, you will have an idea like what kind of questions they are going to ask, how you're going to tackle that. In that situation, what should we do? So when you get into this, no, you will definitely have some kind of confidence in you that you'll very easily clear that interview, right? So in this situation, I personally prefer that people should apply for each and every job. At least you will get an understanding that what kind of question the interviewer is going to ask you. Okay. As far as some your nervousness or your tension is considered, I would say you focus upon your projects, the way you speak, your communication skills also matter the most. And one thing which I have realized is your 70% communication skills and your 30% technical skills is what is going to take you forward. People think that you should have 90 or 100% of technical knowledge about that particular subject or something like that. But what I personally prefer, if you are able to put that 30% of technical knowledge into what you are communicating, definitely you will make it. So I would say the first preference, you should have good communication in terms of when you're speaking to people, or whether you're getting interviewed, whether it is with your teachers. Secondly, you should have good networking. Networking can take you anywhere. Anywhere in the sense, you'll get very easily, you'll get referrals, you will get, and people will get to know about what kind of work you do. So this is also very important. So at placement times, I would prefer you should, do good networking, and along with that, you should have good communication so that you can connect with people and engage as well.
Okay. So, as you are working in Uber right now, and it is one of the big MNC company, so what kind of daily routine you follow?
Okay. So the first thing is, the timings of the office are from 2 to 11. So since we are working for US regions,
Okay.
so we follow this afternoon shift. So generally what happens is, the starting of the day is by checking through the mails if anything important comes up, or thereafter we'll be having one stand-up call wherein our manager would be asking that what work you are going to do today. You will have to brief about that. Thereafter we'll be, working on that stuff. After that, we have some snacks timing. We'll roam somewhere, we'll connect with friends, we'll laugh, and thereafter we'll come back again, we will work for it. And then we have one more stand-up call, which is to check whether you have done that work or not. So generally, two stand-up calls are normal in every corporate company. And thereafter, once you're done with that, you can go. That's all. That is the routine what we follow.
Okay. So it is a work from home, hybrid, or completely office.
It is hybrid role, completely
Okay.
hybrid. It depends upon you. Like, if the team is coming, definitely you can go and join them. If you don't want to, you can apply for work from home. That's completely on you. It's not a kind of company wherein these people are forcing you to sit for 9 hours, something like that. It's not at all like that.
Okay. So, in which city you are right now?
I'm in Bangalore.
ओके। बहुत
Yeah.
सारी जो एमएनसीज़ कंपनी वो बैंगलोर में है, तो इसी वजह से जो जो लोग वहाँ रहते हैं, आई थिंक आई हैव हैड अ कन्वर्सेशन मेनी ऑफ देम हू आर लिविंग इन द बैंगलोर इन द एमएनसी कंपनी। उन्होंने सेम चीज़ बोली, द वन इज़ द ट्रैफिक प्रॉब्लम जो बैंगलोर में है एंड द कॉस्ट ऑफ लिविंग इन बैंगलोर इज़ वेरी हाई। तो डू यू एग्री विद दैट?
I can somewhat agree, but since I have shift from 2 to 11, so I never face these kind of traffic problems. Generally, they are for those companies wherein the office timings are 9 o'clock. So everybody is in rush. So everybody will be there on the road. So that's why traffic problems are there. And as far as the cost of living is considered, we can say it is not that high. It depends upon you, what salary you're earning.
Yeah.
It's completely upon that. Yeah. So I can say it's not minimal as well, it's and not high as well, it's kind of intermediate level. So that's it.
ओके। एंड व्हाट आई थिंक दैट जब जो प्रोफेशनल होते हैं वो वर्क फ्रॉम होम करते हैं, आई हैव सीन अ लॉट ऑफ रील्स कि वो किस तरह काम करते हैं, लेट के काम करते हैं या व्हाटएवर दे आर कंफर्टेबल विद। तो किस तरह के आप इंसान हो जो स्पेशली वर्क फ्रॉम होम की बात कर रहा हूँ इस वजह से?
I generally have my study table, I'll keep my laptop there, and then only I can work.
ओके।
So I can't sit on bed and work for long hours.
तो जस्ट आस्किंग यू व्हेन यू हैव डन योर इनिशियल जब आप वर्क फ्रॉम होम में थे, तो हैव यू ट्राइड टू अ, कहीं भी बैठ के कुछ भी काम करना, उस टाइप के लोग?
Not generally. I had that habit from my school days only, that I'll be sitting on my study table, in front of my study table, keeping my laptop there, and then only I'll study. Because generally, when I'll sit on the bed for working, I'll either sleep or I'll scroll reels. So it's like that. So I prefer rather sitting on chair and then working.
ओके। एंड राइट नाउ जो अभी स्टूडेंट्स हैं पर्टिकुलरली कॉलेज में या लास्ट ईयर में, ड्यू टू एआई अ लॉट ऑफ थिंग्स आर बीइंग चेंजिंग इन एवरी कंपनी, फ्रॉम टेक इंडस्ट्री टू आई थिंक ऑलमोस्ट एवरी इंडस्ट्री। बट एज यू ऑलरेडी वर्किंग इन अ कंपनी, तो किस टाइप से जो एआई है वो यूज़ होता है पर्टिकुलर इन कॉर्पोरेट्स?
Okay, so specifically, if I talk about my role as an analyst, any LLM can analyze very far better than us, right? You also know that. But the thing is, when it comes to the growth of the company, when the some business decisions are supposed to be taken, that AI cannot take it. So at this point of time, these analysts, data engineers, data scientists comes into picture, right? So we cannot say that AI is going to replace all the jobs, but we can say that there are some point wherein if you are not able to well utilize or get into touch with AI, you don't know how to work with AI, you don't know what exactly prompt engineering is, then you may face difficulty, right? So I can say a blend of AI and whatever the job role you have, whatever the designation you have, if you have that blend, you can easily make it, and your the kind of work which you'll do will be smoother.
Okay. Or I have seen generally in cases कि when the person who had certain kind of experience, तो पर्टिकुलर क्योंकि अभी देखा गया है स्टार्टअप कल्चर बहुत ज़्यादा बूम पे है, तो हैविंग सर्टेन एक्सपीरियंस इन अबाउट द कंपनी, लेटर ऑन दैट पर्सन स्टार्ट देयर ओन स्टार्टअप और द कंपनी. तो डू यू हैव एनी प्लान फॉर योर फ्यूचर?
As such, I don't have any plan of working in a startup. But during my internship, I worked in a startup called Coherida Technologies. Though it was not completely technical, but then that gave an understanding of about how corporate works. Like here, generally, what happens is in most of the companies, you do not call people by sir or ma'am. You just directly take the names. So this is one of the thing. Then secondly, you get to know about how to talk with people, how to talk with your manager, right? Then you know what kind of understanding people have while you are getting engaged with them, right? So these are some things which will definitely help you in startups, and there you will definitely grow. You'll learn a lot much as compared to big MNCs, right? Because there the number of people will be very less, right? So in that case, you as an individual, you will get an opportunity to work on almost every field. So you gain knowledge over there. And then if you're switching from a startup to any MNC or product based company, that's really very great, because then you won't face any kind of burden on you someone is putting, right? Because in MNCs, the workload which is given is comparatively very less as compared to these startups, right? So you gain very a lot exposure in these startups. So I'd personally prefer that you start with a startup if you do not have any MNC. If you're not placed in any MNC, you do start with any startup, and thereafter having an experience of 1 or 2 years, definitely you'll get good hike, because the stuff, or the knowledge which you have will be 50 or 80% higher than as compared to the people who are working in MNC. So this is personal advice from my side.
ओके. एंड जब स्टूडेंट कॉलेज से कॉर्पोरेट में आता है, तो अकॉर्डिंग टू यू आप कॉलेज की क्या चीज़ें मिस करते हो?
देखो, पर्सनली मैंने कुछ नहीं मिस किया, क्योंकि जब मैंने म्यूजिक में ज्वाइन किया था, देयर वर लॉट ऑफ पीपल हु केम फ्रॉम कॉलेज इटसेल्फ. लाइक वी हैड a batch of 40 students, right? So those 40 had the same mindset which I had, so I never felt like that I'm going into corporate. And it was like the training which they used to give in music mano, that is, I cannot compare that kind of training with any company, right? So they will teach you everything from scratch, and they will expect that you should work in such an environment wherein you can adapt very easily, right? That if you'll change or switch some company, you'll be able to work under stressful situation as well, even if there is no workload, or if you have it, you will be very easily able to make it. So I would say I didn't face any problem while coming as a student and switching into corporate.
ओके. एंड एनी रिग्रेट्स फ्रॉम द कॉलेज दैट वो रहता है ना कि
No,
ओके. सो
I
जो जब कॉलेज में एक स्टूडेंट रहता है, तो उसे बोला जाता है कि डिफरेंट क्लब में पार्टिसिपेट करना चाहिए. द रीज़न इज़ सिंपल कि उस पर्टिकुलर स्टूडेंट की जो पर्सनैलिटी है वो डेवलप होती है इस चीज़ से. तो एनी काइंड ऑफ क्लब यू प्रेफर एट द टाइम ऑफ कॉलेज, और उस क्लब से यू गेट अ लॉट ऑफ बेनिफिट्स?
I usually was almost in every club. I used to participate in debates, elocution. Even there used to be so many events in our college. So dancing and all of these kind of stuff. I have done everything. I have even trained the students from listening to teachers, and from that to giving trainings to the students. Final year students, I have done all those things. So I do not have any kind of regrets from my college.
Okay. And no, I have had a conversation many of the students who are working in the company. So they said that at the time of colleges, जो उनका बेसिक्स होता था वो कॉलेज से वो क्लियर करते थे एंड लेटर ऑन जो इंटरमीडिएट या एडवांस चीज़ होती थी दे गो थ्रू अदर चैनल लाइक यूट्यूब या किसी अदर रेफरेंस क्योंकि उन्हें वहाँ अपडेटेड कंटेंट मिल पाता जिस वजह से दे वर्क इन अ बेटर प्लेस तो एट द टाइम यू वेर इन कॉलेज सो व्हाट इज अप्रोच ऑन दैट
I could say the content was updated, according to us. But the thing is, it's very obvious that teachers cannot explain you everything in the class, right? So definitely you'll have to go and work accordingly, what suits you, right? So I was in a situation wherein not people, yeah, our professors used to teach us, but then we had to go and we need to, practically implement all those things because that is not even possible in labs to go and check each and every student to put focus on everyone, right? So I personally prefer that whatever the skills or whatever the things which your professors are telling you, do that thing, that will be great. But then apart from that, you are not just supposed to stick to what they are saying. You just explore more fields, more languages, so that is personally preferable.
okay so I think I have done with all my questions so any kind of things that you want to give to the student kind of motivation because right now AI is taking a lot in tech. So that's why.
Okay. Okay, fine, fine. So the thing is, I would say that whenever you're starting with something new, no, do not directly go and jump into some advanced level. Like from analytics field, I would say if you're going through some databases, any language, for the databases, do not directly go into some big code and try to write it or try to understand it. Definitely, after 2 or 3 days, you will be back to basics. You'll feel like this is not my cup of tea. I won't be able to do that. So go with the basics, make a proper flow, be consistent. And one more thing is, do not think that people are doing this, they are doing that. Do not go with what the trend is going. Do what feels right for you, because you obviously know yourself that what things you will be able to do, right? So focus on those things. These two things, I think they're pretty enough for a student to get into corporate and get an understanding about how things work out.
Okay, thank you, Ashwini. I think whoever watch this episode, that person gonna learn a lot of things from this conversation. So thank you, Ashwini, for the conversation.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Anne.